Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rising World. I'm the Radio Man 03. It is awesome to have you along. Hope you're all doing well. This piece of flooring we put in last episode is definitely a problem. Nobody seems to like the way this hops up a little bit. We're actually going to be working in this area today. We may have been a little premature with this. I got to thinking after we got done with the last episode, and by the way, you could see I've got the logs installed now as high as they're going to go for the first floor. The thing I ran into, we need stairs to go upstairs as well as downstairs. So the upstairs is going to be the same as the downstairs. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the upstairs is going to go in right here. Yeah, right in this area here. We're going to have our staircase that goes up to the next floor, and then we've got our stairs on this end down here when we come in through the kitchen from the back door going down. So as you go downstairs, you're going to see the back of the stairs that go upstairs. It only made sense to me to have it set up that way. Otherwise, it's just not going to look good. So we need some stairs. I think we're going to have to map those out first, and then I want to figure out just where the second floor is going to go. I want to welcome everybody to the episode, new subscribers and all. Welcome aboard. It is great to have you. Block bench, I believe, yeah. We're going to make some generic stairs, just something that we can use to this is good. Speaking of which, if we're going to do that, can we make stairs? We can make stairs out of stone, right? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's make them out of stone. Yeah, let's make them out of stone. I think that's a better idea. Oh, well, that's right. I picked everything, and I forgot to put the cotton away. There we go. Look at that. Let's see. Real quick before we do this, in the garden, I have picked a bunch of stuff. I got rid of the hemp is not growing right now. What I did was I replaced it all with the sweet beets. The sweet beets are down here right now. Yeah, the sweet beets. So we picked the tomatoes, and I picked the cotton, and the corn. I've got corn again growing, but it does take quite a bit of time for the corn to come in. It's not quite ready yet, so it's working on it. Let's go to... I guess it doesn't really matter, but let's go to cobblestone. We'll make them look nice while we're busy working on this right now, and we'll figure out what we want here. Inside this house, what would look good for a stone stair? Like I said, it's just going to be something... No way, that looks like that throw up at school. Stone bricks, maybe? You know what? I'm gonna make them out of this because odds are we're gonna need some stone stairs, and we're gonna use this guys anyway. So I think what I want to do is that one. Let's turn that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just make a bunch. I think we're gonna have stairs like this as we come out the front door for the porch. I think that would be a good choice for these stones to go along with the foundation. It is, after all, my favorite stone here on Rising World. I will fix this. I know what's wrong with this right here. What it is that, you see, this floor, we changed it out a little bit. At least I did off camera. And what we've got here is we've got this gap right here because this came out farther. We have this stone coming out farther, and that stone is still down here underneath here. And I think what it is when I laid the floor down, these guys sunk further down than these did. So I'm going to have to kind of figure out what I'm going to have to do to get that fixed. Let's put these in and see just what we need in order to actually get upstairs. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of interesting, isn't it? Why won't that go there? Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough to pull off, I think. Okay, we're up top. Okay, so let's get the rest of them put in, and let's see what we've got going on here. Those logs, I changed the logs around. Last episode, if you remember, the logs were kind of leaning over and getting in the way of the door that leads down into the basement. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to get. No, here we go. Right here. Boom. Boom. There we go, and there we go. Okay, so there's our stairs. We're going to go up and in, up to here. And then this is going to be, this is floor level right here. This is floor level right here. Our floor is going to be on top of this, and we're going to be able to walk around on the second floor. Oh boy, these logs. I'm thinking these logs might be in the way. I didn't really think about it, you know. I wasn't thinking about the stairs, but It really narrows down up here, doesn't it? But what we can do is we can actually add this kind of wood right here. Do I have any on me? I do. I've got a little bit on me right now. Let's take a look at this and just to see kind of what it's going to look like. I don't know. Let's stretch this out as big as it'll go. And flatten that out like so. And, oh boy, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a bear right there. It looks fine this way as you walk up to it, but I don't know that I like how the logs really narrow down that staircase. I mean, tremendous amount of reduction in the staircase. And I was kind of hoping that this would go right over the top of this, but you could see these logs, these posts we've put in here don't quite allow us to do that. We're going to be way out here with that. The thing that would have been right to do was to have the stairs in first, build the wall, and then have the stairs in next. So I'm going to have to rework all of this to get this to fit right. Not these guys here. These guys are okay, but these supports, these need to go on the outside of the staircase. So I'm going to have to rework that, and that means I also have to rework where the door is. Basically, this wall and the wall on the other side of it needs to be reworked completely. In order for the stairs to fit. What we can do is kind of figure out how we're going to lay the next floor, what we're going to use for beams and so on. So let's do that next. Let's go ahead and go on out. Chop down a bunch of trees. I managed to come in for about an hour over the weekend and get a little bit of work done. I got the logs put up as high as we were going to go on the floor, and then that's about it. That's about all I was able to do. Let's see. We're going with the logs. Number 68 is the one that we're using. That is our log. Do I have any in my inventory right now? I do. I've got 43. Okay, that gives us enough to get going. I thought instead of using a flat beam across the ceiling for our supports for the floor to be laid on, I thought we'd use a smaller log. And I kind of like, well, let's see. Let's go return. Never mind. We won't use the return. If we do this, I feel like that's going to be a little too small. We might want to beef these up a little bit, like so. Maybe that big. It's not even half of what the other one is. We could probably even get away with something as big as that. Let's go ahead and find us a spot where we can actually see how big this looks up against another one. Let's go return. See, that to me I think is going to be a pretty good size. We went out and we found some smaller spruce trees that we could go ahead and take apart and do this with. The boar that we had last episode is still around here somewhere, but for some reason he doesn't seem to see me. It's kind of weird. Oh, there's our bear. Z for zoom. There's our bear. Oh, maybe that's our boar. Figures. I went hunting with my in-laws once, and we actually had an elk do that. That is our boar. There he is, right over there. Okay, so he's moved on a little bit. So the animals are actually moving around quite a bit, which I like a lot. Okay, so our flooring downstairs goes left to right. So we're going to want to do the same thing up on this level here. Now, if I do... I want this as close to up top as possible, and I'm concerned about getting this right. Even across the whole area. I can use the grid. We can shrink it down. I can hit control right here. I could turn the grid off, and I could slide this back in, and it's going to meet up with that log real nice right there. And that way I feel like when I lay flooring over the top of it, it's tough to say. I'm worried that the flooring is what it's going to do is wind up actually bleeding into this log right here and be flat on this one, but then actually bleed into this one, if you know what I mean. I don't know how high up we should be with that. Yeah, I do not know how high up we should go with that. I mean, that looks pretty good. These logs here are going to go away because of the stairs. These logs will not be here anymore. The staircase will just come up and we'll have a nice wall on both sides of that. I don't want to rebuild the wall with you guys because I already did it once, so I don't want to do it again. And then how far apart do we space them? Lots of wood wasted. It's unfortunate, but I just don't see any other way around this. This has got to come down. If I don't think these things through, I'm going to make a ton of mistakes, and it's going to get really expensive, like I've already done. You know, I just did not plan this through. Like I said, I've never built a house, and this is stick building, so it's a little different situation, but this all has to come down. Maybe we should build this, get this taken care of the correct way. You know, you got your right way of doing things, and you got your wrong way of doing stuff, and I've definitely done this the wrong. The stairs should have been a thought first. Wow, look at all this wood we're blowing through here. But this is how we learn, right? So, note to self, always start, get your stairs laid out first, figure out where they're going to go, and then build your walls around that stuff. Because otherwise, yeah, you're going to run into a problem like this I'm having right here, where I'm just having to waste, I don't know, 100 pieces of wood? Or more. You can get your doors back, so don't break the door. I did that once way back. You don't want to do that. Once we get this figured out, then what we can do is work on the ceiling itself. I don't think we should, the ceiling, the floor, whatever, whichever layer you happen to be on when you're walking around. And then these guys here are incorrect as well. All of these are incorrect. What we do know is that this is right. This is right. Like that. Like that. There we go. And I'm going to put something along here, a completely different colored wood right through here at the bottom of the staircase. It's going to look different. So let's go back to our inventory. What do we have? We have this wood beam material. We do have this. So let's go like this. And now what we really need to do is we need to go on this side of the stairs. And I think what we're going to want to do is stretch it all the way up as high as it can go. And I think we're going to actually want to go as high up as we can to this right here. I'm pretty sure that's what we have to do. And we've got to leave a little bit of room here. Do we need to leave a little room here? Let's do that. I'm testing some things here. Do I need to leave space? Or will this slide in here just nicely and look good? Control. Do something like that right there and slide it over. It's going to take a smidge off the stairs there, just a bit. But I think that's going to be a better choice. Wouldn't you agree? Gosh, now I'm thinking maybe I should move that beam back a little bit just so this can be snug with the wall there. Something like that. I mean, that's pretty snug right there, but that means this guy needs to be back a little ways. So let's do that. Let's leave him in there. Inventory, we don't need the hammer. Let's get this out of here so we can stop switching back and forth. Let's try this guy right here. And we know we already stretched him out as far as he'll go, so he's good to go there. And then we can come up here and no, down here. Let's go down here first. We're gonna go like that. And return. We might be able to do this a little bit faster this time around, like that. There we go. Did that line up perfectly? It doesn't look like it did, does it? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it should, when I hit return, it should go right into place and stay put. There it goes. Okay, so control. All right, and return. We're going to shrink this one down. Sorry we're doing this again, but it needs to be done in order for us to progress forward. Yeah, that's probably good right there. And then we need another plank. Let's get a plank set up here. Wow, look at that thing snap right into place there, huh? That's crazy. Oh my god, it's like perfection. Okay. That was beautiful. I love the way that put in. Okay, and return. There we go. Oh. Spin it around, and let's stretch it all the way out. We need to give it one more twist. One more twist. There we go, and we're going to turn this up. We started this way here before. We're going to start to go that way again. There we go, and then we can lay it down. Come all the way in like so. Bingo. We do have to take account the door. Inventory. Let's get a little bit of a drink of water here. Okay, beautiful. And let's eat a little something too. We don't have to think about it anymore today. Excuse me. There's other things I want to show you too today, so we're going to work on this a little bit, get it kind of ironed out a little bit here. What was I doing? The door. Where is our door? There's our door. Okay, so our door is going to be... We can put it anywhere we want to. Doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? It's going to matter. We need to do this here first. Return, return. And let's get our door. It needs to be kind of halfway through this right here. How can I mark this? How can I mark this? I want to mark this. I'm trying to figure out where the door is actually going to sit. Oh boy. Backspace to cancel all that out. Let's see here. Come in. Let's put the door right up against... What am I doing? Okay. I'm a professional. Right here. Control, page down. Like that. Door is right about here. You see it sinking into the floor? I don't want it doing that. Let's give it a little bit of a gap here, just a little bit. Then I could put some trim pieces over that. What is this doing up here? Okay. Don't know how that happened. It did. It was real. It was there. Return. Shrink this back down. I could see that where it's going to be right there at the bottom, and that's going to fit in there just nicely. Oh boy, this is I tell you what, the stick building is not the easiest way to do something like this, that's for sure. Turn the return off. Let's spin this around. Sorry for the delay in episode. Medieval Engineers had a great big update, so I wanted to make sure I know what to do here. We're going to do this. So I was kind of focused on that last week to get kind of things up and running on that one. Let's do that right there. That's just temporary, and then what we're going to do is we come over here and we're going to stretch this out into the wall there, and we're going to go return like so. Shrink that down, and that should be good to go right there. Okay, okay, we're looking good. Okay, let's get some more of these beams. Yep, we are working on a mistake. Working on a mistake for sure. Wood beams. Plenty of them. There we go. I'm waiting for the day that that boar decides to attack me. Okay, now we need to go how far up we're going to go. Oh boy. This is really tough to determine here. I'm trying to think ahead because I don't want to make these mistakes again because they're expensive, you know? They get to be kind of expensive. Am I thinking that's pretty level with the floor? If I turn the grid on, will that do anything to help me out? Ooh, boy. Shot in the dark there with that one. Okay, turn the grid off. Backspace. Cancel it. If we look right here at this and hit return, it should come up there. There we go. Page down. And we're going to go with that as being the top of the beam right there. We'll give it that little extra something right there. And then we got to hit return. And then we can stretch this guy out all the way again. I'm hoping that's right. I think we'll have enough room here, a little bit of leeway to be able to make adjustments if we need to down the road, and any of the flaws will be hidden back behind this. Come on, there we go. There we go. Looks pretty good, I think. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens once we get there. But I feel good about this. I think we're okay. I think we're okay with this. Stretch this all the way out again. We're going to hit return on that and pop it right into place. And then we're going to come out here and we're going to do the same thing over there. Return, return. In place it goes. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Oops. Shrink this down. I can't see what I'm doing. Control. Go like that. Return, return, control. That should be good there. And then we're going to come up here, turn the return off. Again with the backspace to delete what we've been doing. This is really, I feel like I'm still not going to get this quite right. Control. This is weird how this one... Sorry I was so quiet there. Kind of funny how that one just did not want to... It didn't quite go right there. Control. Return. Return. Control. It's still not quite right. We're just gonna slide that right back into the one behind it there. Pop that into place. Okay, control. Okay, so I think this log here is actually, it might be a little bit lower than that one over there. I mean, they all should measure up pretty good, but there's going to be something off with them a little bit, definitely. Let's get this going here. Yeah, there we go. Let me take a quick break. I'm going to get this framed in, and then I'll come back, and we'll move forward from there. Well, it has been more than an hour since I got started on putting this together. Trying to fix what I thought was my mistake, and it was a mistake. It wasn't going to work out right. It was going to be a huge issue. This is going to be sealed up here. This is the back of the other staircase. I'm just getting these blocks out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Another issue I ran into as I was redoing the wall and kind of finishing things up and getting it touched up was that the fact that the stairs leading down from the back door into the basement were going to be too close to the wall that I placed here behind the staircase that goes upstairs. So I had to move everything back, all the way back here, actually. So the door is now way back here. I've still got to put a piece of trim on here. We don't have any more wood. And I got a piece up there, too, that's missing. So I've had to adjust that a couple of times because once I got the stairs upstairs taken care of, then it was like, whoa, now the downstairs is very tight. I'm not going to be able to go downstairs without, snagging my head on the thing in front of me, the wall in front of me. So that became a problem. These guys, I got to tell you, this has been a little frustrating. It has been quite an endeavor to get this to go together, and you can see I've got some mistakes in here too. Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, it's just not lining up quite right, so I've got to redo all this. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I really meant to do something different today. The basement, the good news is that we are going to have the door right there, and the basement will be right here, so we'll be able to get down into the downstairs area this way. The door is very close to the back door, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. This door opens this way. This one opens this way, and it's all going to work out fine. It doesn't really matter where the door is. But I can see now is that I do have some issues right in here that need to be ironed out. So that means all of this is wrong. So, yeah, it's really stick building on the game is fun. It can be quite frustrating. This wall looks pretty good. The one in the living room looks pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with this. We are going to put trim on here. Let me give you an idea as to what I was going to do for trim. I'm going to step away from that right there because it's kind of starting to frustrate me a little bit, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's get this narrowed down. That's a little too small, but I want to do something like this. Like that right there. That's going to be kind of our trim inside the house and in the corners and stuff. So we're going to do something like that right there, and... wow, look at that. It just does not want to things are just not cooperating with me today on this game. They're just not cooperating with me. So instead of getting frustrated and freaking out about it, it's better that I just walk away from it and give it some time, and then I'll come back to it, and I'll feel much better. But let's go ahead and pull this all the way up as high as it'll go, and back down into the floor. And we're going to slide that over this way a little bit, and back in, over, something like that right there. And pop it into place and control. And that's going to give us a nice little design right here. And then we'll put some shelves and stuff on the wall. You know, don't forget, this is just the construction of the house. We're not decorating yet. Once we get the house built, then we decorate. But I've got to get through some of these other struggles first, and that is just getting us up onto the second floor. Now, the staircase I'm good with. We're good here. Boom, we're up on the second floor. We're happy with this. I'll lay the floor out over the top of this. The floor is actually going to lay on top of this log right here. So I think I've got a bit of a space that I can work with here and not have too many issues with that. The day got cloudy too and very foggy. So we're good here. At least now we've got the stairs that come up. We know where they are going to be for sure. We know the basement stairs have got to be at least here. I might even be able to push them back one more. Matter of fact, I think I will be able to push them back one more. I don't know. That does not actually line up with this right here, so I don't like the way that looks. I want there to be a definite landing here at the top of the stairs. You know, before you head down, you want a landing here, so when you come down, boom. So we're good to go there. I don't see this coming down any lower than it is. We'll be, of course, able to dig all this out and make this into our basement down here, so no worries there, but yeah, I think I've got to step away from it because I am feeling a little frustrated, and when I get frustrated, it's always best if I walk away and come back a different day refreshed and try again. So I'm going to leave this the way it is. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stick building is definitely a challenge. If anything else, we are definitely proving that to ourselves. I've got to get the floor fixed here too, but yeah, stick building is definitely a different process that you have to go through. But I want to get this knocked out before the next episode and have it all fixed up and ready to go and say, this is a done deal. The staircase area is a done deal. We don't have to think about it anymore. It's going to be good to go. You got an idea as to what I'm going to do for the trim and the corners and stuff. Just add a little tiny log in there. I think that's going to look really good there. And that's going to have to wrap it up for the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me, comment, subscribe, and share on the Radio Man 03. Have an awesome, fantastic, and a superb day. And I look forward to talking to you again next time.